The synergy of man and machine. The symmetry and connections between. The power and the pace. Dominate your space. Get out and wild. Your rivalry's clean. Through man and machine. Man and machine. Bring on the burn, bring on the burn. Twice every turn. Man and machine. Bring on the burn, bring on the burn. Twice every turn. Good friends will part sometimes, that's just the way it goes. Don't waste your life banging on doors that have been closed. Sometimes the ones you trust the most will let you down. Life doesn't hold back when it's kicking you around. You've lived a little, loved a little, tasted bitter heartache. You got to just forget the ones who hurt you for your own sake. If they can't see it your way, walk through that open doorway before your sadness turns to hate. Evacuate all, evacuate all, evacuate all. Don't let it get you down. The world is such a scary place when you're alone. You're on an empty stage, you got no microphone. But don't you hide behind the curtains in the wings. Step out into the lights and let them hear you sing. You've laughed a little, cried a little, now you know the dangers. You've seen so many faces, once familiar turn to strangers. If they can't see it your way, walk through that open doorway before your sadness turns to hate. Evacuate all, evacuate all, evacuate all. Don't let it get you down.
Sometimes you just gotta make your own way. It's alright.
Please don't let it shut you out. There is always more. If they can't see your way.
Hello everyone, real quick, first of all, kind of spoiling the surprise here, but the captain just gave us a gift sub. The captain is also right here, so hello Cap. Cap did not actually know they were on camera. I kind of forgot they would be in this scene when I came over to show off the boots. I was like, and Cap is here. I should probably tell people who is also on the screen right now. But, Keladorn, you wanted to see boots, so here you go. These are the boots I'm wearing today. I'm very proud of them. They're very steppy. But we will be getting back in just a second for the actual game. I wanted to get that cashed in. Be back in just a second, you guys.
Skylar winds a sun, the tide, conquer the hills and isles. Oars in the morn and the tankard in the eve. Shores ever turn and the anchors ever heave. Oars in the morn on the weather to weave. Scalaga winds a while, Scalaga winds a while. Up on the peak unite, tether and rank the sile. Born through the storms, grant the rudders and oars relief. Forever warm, past the London and o'er the mean. Born through the storms, on the weather to weave. Waves are roaring, kindred on the sea. Sails are soaring free. Waves are roaring, war and revelry. Sails are soaring free. Winter's frosted hues, painted Freya's breath. Shelter in the world, ever blessed. Hey, 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 hey,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to start game number 1. We have Dragon Ball Z going to Unleash the Kraken. Before we get into it, I'm going to talk over Cap for just a second because Cap wasn't here for this part, so Cap can't talk about it. We do have some bands coming out. Dragon Ball Z got rid of the beginning and the end of the alphabet, Alterac and Volskaya, whereas Unleash the Kraken got rid of Tomb of the Spider Queen and thank goodness Infernal Shrines. Sick of that map. And here we are in the draft. So, if any of you don't know the Cap is the assistant captain of the Hatsune Mimin, 30 Seconds to Mosh. Because the Cap spends a lot of time telling me what to do, but usually not me. Usually it's everyone but me.
Mm-hmm. But I reserve the right to be able to tell you what to do.
And at least 70% of the time I'll listen.
I have to cash in the Chen bucks eventually.
You
Wait, I'm gonna get Rocket to play Chen on stream at one point.
Oh my god. You actually got me to pick him one time and I said never again.
It might cost me a lot more than that down the road. It might be like a negative transaction, but I'm gonna do it. Alright, so we got a May and a Stukov. The May is interesting for Cursed Hollow. I wonder if that's a target ban? I don't know of any May players on Kraken's team.
I do know that I feel like if Bloody is tanking again, because Bloody used to tank with me on CCS 10, his favorite tank was Blaze, but I feel like his second was May. Granted, that was, 3 years ago, so who can say?
Mm-hmm. Well, I know he really loves Blaze. He's a good Blaze. He's a good Blaze player, and it brings a lot to the comp. I don't remember. I think I've only really ever seen him play Blaze, but that is also probably just my ADHD memory kicking in. We do have a Garrosh, which is also always I hate Garrosh, so unless I'm playing him, and a Dahaka ban, real strong on this map, which makes sense.
Yeah, the only thing I'm surprised at, and we haven't seen Falstad, because if you're thinking about globals, then you've got to think about Falstad almost before Dahaka, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. With the abundance of DPS players, I mean, we're Cran Eaters, so I would take Falstad on the global map as well.
Okay, so do have...
Okay, so
is this tank Sparhawk?
this could be an offlane Bloody. I'm expecting we'll see a Deathwing, because I know both Bloody and Sparhawk love Deathwing. From the Autumn side, I'm expecting Jaina. Viselli's probably healing. There we go. So at this point, I think I'll be looking for a Leo and probably a Jaina from Autumn and Porthos. Autumn plays a pretty mean Jaina, and Porthos really likes Leo. Like, there's Rexar, Leo, Blaze.
Yep, yep.
So I'm expecting one target ban out of Porthos's pool.
So this is slightly off topic. I want to see an episode from whatever it is that they're writing here that involves the three main characters of Diablo, the Archangel of Hope, and a Demon Hunter. Like that just feels like a sitcom I need to see.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah. Bala's like the edgy one, and Ariel's like the Diablo's like the straight man, and Ariel's the one that just kind of like holds it all together, making weird quips every once in a while, looks at the camera.
Which is extra
Like an
creepy because she
old
has no
sitcom.
face.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Poor Cap. Cap's over here giving great analysis and like this is what I expect. And I'm like, I want to watch a sitcom.
Hey, I'm here with it.
Okay, so we do have
I
the
don't know
Mephisto
who the
coming
other
out.
dude is, but hello. Hey, dead wreck. There you go. Oh, a Mephisto and a Tychus. Okay, Mephisto. That's an interesting one for this map. I don't know Flippy 8's pool, but I've heard Jade Trinja. If I'm saying these wrong, I apologize to the players. It's not intentional. I'm just not good at it. The Mephisto's interesting though. On this map, I'm very much expecting. Okay, so I called one of them.
Yep. You came close calling the other. You just called the wrong mage, but you still got the mage.
Mm-hmm. So Flippy.
But
I'm
yeah,
expecting a Deathwing here, to be honest with you.
and yeah, Deadrek, this is, I'm on a 30-second delay,
place.
FYI, so there's going to be a bit of a delay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hogger post nerfs. I'm excited to see this, to see how this plays out. I actually just played against a 4-man Hogger a little bit ago, and it was extremely annoying. We probably would have lost the game if the Hogger didn't keep booping him out of the Stukov's pool, but I'm excited to see a Hogger.
So what you're telling me is Hogger's a double agent that will both work with and against your team at any given time?
Right. It's kind of like Urel, you know, when she uses her boop. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that was really helpful until it wasn't helpful, and then they started rolling us.
So we're going into Curse Hollow. We end up not having... So Sparhawk is actually the tank. I granted, again, a 2-year-old information, but I did not know that Sparhawk was ever able to tank. Like, I've always known him as a mage player.
Okay.
Prepare yourself for battle.
And I totally just right-clicked like I was going to move my hero. But, looking at things, coming in on Dragon Gall Z, we do have Moogle playing the Vala. First of all, the Vala that looks like a freaking Sylvanas skin. That threw me. Veseli is playing the Ariel. We do have Autumn coming in on the Li Ming. Sol Nova is going to be on the Dibbles. And up in the top lane, we do have Porthos playing the Leoric. Who we got on the other side?
5, 4, 3.
Apologies. We have Barhawk is on Johanna. Hogger is on... Bloody is on Hogger. Kawaii Bunny is on Brightwing, and Mephisto is being played by Flippy 8, with Tychus being played by Jay Trinja.
Well,
I completely messed that up.
Sol Nova was trying to do a dance and welcome everyone, and Mephisto just goes in and starts like, I'm gonna get ya. Mephisto's a jerk.
You know, I'm not a huge fan of the dancing unless it's like talked about prior, because it can always come off just a little bit awkward if you're not careful. Sol Nova getting a fantastic stun.
Yes, Spark went down to about 50% health, which is...
What was that? Boop. Boop boop. Might have been Tychus with the with his grenade.
The boop grenade?
Kind of booped there.
I wonder what you're talking about because I didn't see it. Oh, but a big stun coming in here. It looks like Johanna was holding up the rear, but apparently a lot of Kawaii Bunny going back, barely missing with that orb from Autumn.
We got Porthos rotating mid for the double soak. So it looks like we're going to have Leo double soaking as best he can with the rest of the blue team, which is Dragon Gall Z.
Yep.
Kind of rotating together. We do see them splitting off for soak. We got Li Ming going to mid, and Dibbles is just kind of holding bot.
So needless to say, like, here's the problem we run into, is that I don't feel like Hogger can actually double soak on this map. I don't think it clears fast enough. Porthos just barely can, but if Porthos is double soaking and Bloody isn't, they're just going to push that wall down in almost no time. And maybe
Porthos
why we
did miss his hand.
Let's give him a hand. I'm sorry I had to. Cat was like, you absolutely did not have to. Don't lie to me, Rock.
It's Shift Z to get the extra out, right?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Right, so far we've got a fairly standard opening. I would have liked to see Unleash the Kraken take their Bruiser here to match with the bot lane objective. They still have a little bit of time, but it looks like they're going to go for mid. Jay Trinja getting some nice stutter stepping in.
Yep, now the thing is, Hogger's
That's a sign of a Tychus that I really don't want to play into, is when they're doing the stutter stepping. That's when I know I'm in for some pain.
Yeah, because it's hard to step with Tychus because his like attack speed is just so fast. So the people that still weave it in there.
And I'm not very good with stutter stepping heroes to begin with. A little bit of scouting information for anyone in Div DE that's watching.
Do you know where we are?
No. Listen, I don't pay attention to this stuff. That's Born Shop. Okay, so they are going to go grab that Bruiser camp and get the push. That's nice. Yeah, good. I like to see that. Maybe have them hold it just a little bit. It is both DPS players, which is a little weird.
I mean, they took it really fast, but yeah, I don't know why they took it really fast. Like, what's happening right now that makes this the optimal time?
Well, it's actually probably slower than what it would have been with Brightwing, because Mephisto's autos are, like, less than Brightwing at this point, by about 20.
Oh,
and
lots
he doesn't really have the ability to reset his passive, which you depend on if you go well, not the right talent, but if you go the talent spite, which they did, you'll get that increased cooldown off of your passive.
So I'm really curious about the story about how this wall is down, because I actually feel like they would have done a lot better in that engagement if their opponents hadn't been able to go into the base right here, because they were up on them and blocking out their entrance, except that the wall was down.
Oh, are we gonna? As Joe is being hard body, but so is Soul Nova, and Soul Nova goes down. Sparhawk makes it out. Jay Trinja coming in with that grenade to finish it off.
Yep, that's going to be our first actual death of this game. Unleash the Kraken going ahead and landing, taking down the demon himself, going to 1 tribute apiece. Moogle needs to be a bit careful. Moogle running in there. Moogle is being the bad. Sparhawk, my friend. Alright, we do have Porthos up here, trying to, against Bloody, trying to figure out where to go. It does look like a little bit more damage has been done to Porthos' wall from the attempts to side soak. And they haven't really gotten an experience advantage from having Leoric go to the middle every now and again, because both teams are basically at the same point.
No, the red team's doing a really good job of being in two places at once when it comes to the soaking, which is both good and bad on this map. Because of the distance between mid, if you have a team that's rotating as 4, they show up and you make one mistake and you're done. And the blue team's comp will punish that hard.
I do go to have the Siege Giants being picked up right as the tribute starts to spawn. So once again, putting the red team in this position where they have to, like, do they let the Siege Giants go and fight over the tribute? Or are they one down? Oh, Porthos coming around from the other side. Autumn's super low. And there's Tychus.
Anthem Fade is hyper aggressive right here. Soul Nova is getting real low.
Alright, Porthos coming in from the other side, but Porthos does not have the rest of the team with them and is having to spooky walk on out of there. Just like this will be picked up by Sparhawk, although no, Moogle coming in. Moogle barely misses with the interrupt, and that will be the tribute being picked up on the side of Unleash the Kraken. Just look, we have a boss pickup right now on the side of Unleash the Kraken, although there are some other people in the area. They may have sniffed this out. But can they get there?
Showing bot.
I think they're coming.
This is a really interesting boss call with Dragon Gall Z coming right in. Sparhawk is keeping it off. They do get that. The question is now, is it going to cost them for it? But Moogle is taking a lot of damage right there. Jay Tringe is coming in, also putting a lot of damage out.
Yeah, that really looks a lot better, but they just actually died for it. Got some decent stuns, though.
So far, we have a 1-death game, and we are 7 minutes into the game for Div E. That's not... Oh, well, okay. Solnova's going in hard into the Diablo.
Did go ahead and take less damage from
Tychus. Diablo goes down.
And this is about to be the curse for the side of Unleash the Kraken. They're going to be pushing in here, and all of their lanes are decently like right in the middle, so they'll see a lot done here.
You shall know my curse.
Alright, a lot of focus being put to the middle. No one bottom, but no one does definitely favor the team with the curse. Top fort is down, middle fort is being aggressed upon. Feels like Leo went down to the bottom to save the bottom fort. But will he do it? The answer is nope.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
We got the ult going off. Dragon Gall Z seems really out of sync. It feels like they're kind of just letting things rip, and they really need to start focusing on coordinating some of their stuff. We've got Diablo's ult is down. That's APOC, which is, 70 seconds until it's back up again. That's a huge ult that's down right now. So Dragon Gall Z seems like they really need to coordinate a little bit better, especially for this larger macro map where Unleash the Kraken is really kind of running them around the map. They're chasing real hard.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. It feels to me a lot like I've seen teams that are very, very good and start to lose for like the first time of the season, and then they just kind of fall apart. That's the same vibe I'm getting from this. Obviously, the first game of the season, but very, very often you'll kind of see that where someone is just like, "Oh wait, we've never had to play from behind before."
Yeah, and that is a very strong weak point. When you are a team that consistently ends up in behind, and you kind of learn when to get momentum and when to grab it, right? If you're always in front and you've never been behind anyone, your first point is starting to freak out about making a play, and you're not syncing with anybody. And right now, what Dragon Ball Z needs to do is start syncing with each other.
So we have Sparhawk. Sparhawk was here to interrupt the, and looks like will not be punished for it. Did you just interrupt that rotation down to the bottom?
So we are seeing Dragon Ball Z group up a little bit. They are maybe posturing for boss. Soul Nova is a little far out.
Oh,
that's the ult down again so that he can get out. But it should be back up before objective. No, it won't.
I was like, not the... I'm out looking up. I'm like, is there another ult that he kept talking about?
Some fantastic healing coming out from Kawaii Bunny.
And it does look like... Is this so you retreat? Are they pulling back? Because they're definitely not staying in this area as this tribute's coming up.
So Tychus going spray and pray at 13. Overkill slows enemy movement speed by 25%, and its range is increased by 25%. So I'm wondering if he's going to go... I think there's another Q at 16.
Alright, lots of damage on the Soul Nova.
Diablo's having a real hard time.
Alright, there comes the Dragon Laser Drill coming out, going ahead and smashing Mogul, but gets taken out almost immediately. Great focus fire coming from the side of Dragon Gall. Diablo is back and is running back in, but obviously only coming in with those 25 souls. However, Sparhawk super low. Bloody Drapes does not have a lot, but Spooky Hand was missed. Nice, we do go ahead and have the Bloody goes ahead.
Sparhawk finally goes down.
Sparhawk has been
Blue
living.
team gets 1 kill, and I'm gonna be honest, Sparhawk playing that Joe it feels really good.
It does.
I'm kind of wondering if that's where Sparhawk's gonna sit for this one, but I gotta be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing that if that's the case, because that Joe is showcasing that he knows how to play. He's here to show up.
Absolutely. Like, that's the thing. I'm so used to Sparhawk being a mage. I'm like, can Sparhawk do this? And the answer is a emphatic yes. Sparhawk can do this.
With a Joe, and then Joe is an easier tank to play, and it's kind of like a training wheels tank without the training wheels being very but she is a little bit of an easier tank. However, I'm seeing a lot of things that tell me that, you know, even if it gets banned, we're going to see some good stuff out of Sparhawk playing a tank regardless. And Unleash the Kraken is really rotating together now. Before they were split, now we're seeing them rotate basically as 5.
Absolutely. That they are up 4 kills to 1, and their like pack hunt might be a big reason for that. Because yeah, we got the
they have
tribute
a command over all of the lanes. They can rotate as 5 together, and Dragon Ball Z getting caught out once again without the Leo.
Yet they keep starting this fight before they're all there, and then bup, 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 bup. That's the sound of a fight going not your way, in case that wasn't clear.
So I think, not to be too much of a doomer, just because there's plenty of game left in this, plenty of time left in this game to come back. That's what HOTS is really good at, coming back. But what I'd like to see from, I think, Dragon Ball Z is if they're going to get put to a macro map, focus on playing to the macro rather than trying to play towards the fight. And it seems like that's what they tried to do early, and now they're splitting a lot to try and make up for that.
Yep.
Whereas Unleash the Kraken is rotating really well together.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you want to spread out and just hit all the lanes, you can play that way. But it's like they drafted and they built for team fight, and now they're suddenly like, but how do we? They keep catching us when we're not together because this is a big map.
We're gonna see another camp take by Kraken. We got 1 camp pushing bot, so realistically, this is an objective that they have to get. But I don't really see them, like, if they start standing up for it now. Brightwing is in that bush, so that's what they're gonna do. They'll get it. They've got a camp pushing mid and a camp pushing bot.
Yep, and this will put both teams up to 2 tributes to make it the next one all or nothing. Other than the fact you'll keep your 2, so I guess it's not all, but...
Red team has destroyed a fort.
One second. Sorry about that. Okay, we do go in.
What?
They're looking at Porthos real quick. Oh, Bloody taking a lot of cannon fire. They really wanted the Skeleton King.
The choice is simple.
So what I think we need to see from Kraken right now is that they need to not let anything get to their head. And what I mean is, this is their game to lose, right?
Yeah, they're
if they
coming.
Play their cards right. They should be fine. And this is kind of what I meant. They got caught in a corridor.
Yeah, Kawaii Bunny goes down. Bloody Drapes down to a lot, stepping into that.
And you know, even if Moogle dies here, it's okay. Sparhawk did not go in for the kill. They weren't really going to be able to. And Sparhawk goes down, so we have a team wipe. So now this is the point that I was a little bit worried about after that bot push where they tried to go for Leo. They were deathballing. They got caught in an awkward choke where, you know, you've got an APOC Diablo, a Leo who did go in Tomb, right?
Yeah, the Leo has not picked yet. It's definitely in Tomb, and yes, it is silencing in Tomb at 20.
Okay. And we've got Reign of Vengeance. So there was a lot there, along with an Orb Li Ming, that she's just going to chunk you down. The Vol is going to keep you in place, along with that, Reign of Vengeance with the Ming laser. There we go.
Yep, they are pushing in, and we're going to go ahead and get this keep almost assuredly, but the other team is back up and able to start moving in. Oh my gosh, it's got 29 health!
Don't tell them how to live their laning life. Okay, there we go. So if I'm Dragon Gall Z, what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to make sure there is a silence in Tomb, but it's a little eager.
It is, and it was
They weren't really there. See, they were out of sync again. They went for the silence in Tomb, but we didn't see the APOC right there. They were about like 4 or 5 seconds off.
Let the curse end.
Yeah, and that does mean that combo can't be tried again for about 75 seconds. The silencing in Tomb will come out real fast, but not the Diablo.
The top boss got about 1:20 on it. The only camps are on the side of DGZ, and honestly, I think they're okay where they're sitting. But Kracken lost a lot from that, and this is where they're gonna have to try and come from behind a little bit because now they're down structures. DGZ has all the ability to throw camps up, and realistically, that one moment that I was talking about where they kind of got a little bit. What's the safe way to say this? They felt like they were really safe in places that they weren't, and rotations that they weren't. And they got caught out for it, and now they're kind of paying for it and coming from behind.
Yeah, it comes down to fact, and this is, of course, the first game of the season for both these teams, so both of them, like, smell blood in the water and like, okay, we can win now, and just, I feel like that was a case from both of them, where, first you had Unleash the Kracken down below, really diving for that Leo kill when it wasn't there. And then later, after the team wipe, with that like very aggressive silencing in Tomb over not the target you necessarily want.
So we also have Vala's at 146 with only 1 death on her AA stacks.
So definitely getting a lot at you're 4 shy of having the is it 6%?
So.
Oh, it's 1%,
yeah,
so it'd be 3%.
Well, 4 left. So DGZ comes in, takes the camp, which is a fantastic call. They were all on top of that shit. We're starting to see DGZ rotate together. Now they're coming online. It's almost like they needed a warm-up. Bloody Drape's coming in for a flank. Is it going to do what it needs to do? Soul Nova taking a lot of damage with Sparhawk and Bloody Hawk. Bloody Drape's.
Oh, nice.
There we see the Silence and Tomb combo, but is it going to make a difference? I don't think so.
Yeah, they didn't actually get the kills. It looked really good for a second, but that's going to be Leo being the first one going down. Veseli and Soul Nova moving back with very low hit points.
Moogle taking down the Tychus, which means that if they can all get healthy fast enough, they can come back in and start doing this again, because Veseli doesn't have a mana pool. So he can just kind of sit there. Well, they can just kind of sit there, I guess.
Yes, somebody channel it. Vasily and Autumn both started channeling it, and then they both stopped and moved away, then Autumn turned back around.
Yeah, Unleash the Kraken, taking that fight bot and then losing in that one channel really cost them. They're now having to play, losing the keep bot really took away their ability to play into the map.
Yeah, they can't play passive anymore because they will lose to pressure at this point.
Top lane is pretty balanced out. I mean, it's obviously pushed in more for Kraken side, but they're realistically okay there. Both of them have their keep up.
Yep.
Kraken doesn't need this, so they don't have to push anything. Bloody is looking for a flank. They're going to try anyway. They are down Hot's Math, but it looks like they don't let anything too...
Alright, there's the movement.
Bloody gets caught out, and ooh, he gets a nice spin off of that. There's the APOC down.
So APOC will not be available for
So
the
an
combo?
awkward flank, probably not advised, but it did get him, it did happen to buy him the APOC down, which is huge when coming into an objective.
However, Autumn does pick up that tribute.
Yeah.
So we are at 2 and 2. And once again, all or nothing one. Although this one's even more all or nothing, because if one team takes a team fight, like bottom is open for Unleash, and top is not very strong. Like you could run through that keep in no time at all and hit their keep as well. So neither team can definitively lose a team fight right now.
So this is interesting. Mephisto took not the percent damage. They took lightning reaction at 16. Which basically just gives you, it's actually really hard to do that combo where you have to have your ring out while the skull hits the ring.
Okay, another
so
big.
It can be a little weird.
So we did get 2 people caught in the Silencing Tomb. Both Brightwing and Bloody go down. Hogger not going to make it through here. We do go ahead and have Spooky Walk trying to catch up to this. The Orc does get...
This could be rough. We've got 5 up from DGZ and
14
2 down with an objective call. So the benefit here is mid is kind of pushed in a little bit, so they got a little time there. They really have to worry about bot lane.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. That got so low. They did lose Mephisto, but I just saw Moogle and Vasili's health bars evaporate. However, that may not make a difference.
If DGZ pushes top and lets bot do its thing. Oh my gosh. Oh no, the Diablo pushed him out? Wait, what?
Yeah, the Entomb walls are weird in that you can actually knock people through them. It's not like a task wall.
Yeah, and I know as Orpheus player, when I get entombed, I'm kind of like LOL until 20 and then I'm crying in a corner. Yep, and this could be game. So realistically, this was Kraken's game to lose. They had it at all the way up until that one corner fight, and really that just comes down to Dragon Gall Z taking advantage of the slight advantage and then pushing it to be almost snowballish for the rest of the game, right? And I liked what I saw from Kraken really early in the game. Well, actually, probably for the first like 75% of the game, right?
Yep.
But a fantastic comeback. That's that's what HOTS is all about.
Oh, I don't know. I heard HOTS had no comeback mechanics and it was a 6.5.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I guess I just need to retire.
Can't believe you didn't know that.
I'll go play League.
The game where your toxicity is not,
Yeah. I'll make a new team in League called Wish This Was Heroes of the Storm. And if you've played League recently, they're on like a weird like trajectory towards HOTS. Like the games are getting shorter, the mechanics are getting more interesting with like how they relate to HOTS. I don't know. Like I feel like Riot's doing something weird.
They were scared for a long time, and then they got rid of... They were like, our competition went away. Let's go ahead and become our competition, because they're actually better than us. We just got lucky.
Yeah, I mean, Heroes of the Storm is better than League on basically every single level, except for the player count. That was mean. To the game, though... I really liked what I saw from Kraken early game. I think that if they can keep up that level of communication and rotation, like coordination throughout the entire game, that'd be great. They got one unlucky catch out, and honestly, a lot of teams would have made that same mistake, right? It's not even, I'm reticent to call it a mistake. It's more of like, it's just they got caught out, right? And that happens. And I think that if they can kind of shore that up, maybe take GGZ to a macro map, or hope that DGZ takes a macro map, I guess, if they take first pick, then that's what I'd like to see come from Kraken right now. They had a really strong showing, and I'm excited to see what they bring next.
I very much am too. So we will be back for game number 2 in just a moment. It's not up yet, so we don't know where it'll be. But we'll find out together, guys. We actually won't find out together. We will find out before you guys do, because we invited the lobby.
When the political code is a reality show, reaching the digital flow, you take no crap radio. It's actually stolen your circuits, watching every move. We're saying no to the circus, find a different groove. California curbside, I'm rushing now run. Freedom is a backlight. Let's have a little fun. We are the numbers. We are the underground. We are the numbers. We are the underground. We won't ever forget. Cool sweat. Dead set on the thread. Dead net. We won't ever forget. Cool sweat. Dead set on the thread. Take the grudge. Go, go, take the grudge. We won't ever forget. Take the grudge. Go, go, take the grudge. We won't ever forget. We are the numbers. We are the underground. We are the numbers. We are the underground. I clasp the closing of the cycle. Soak up the idol's afterglow. And I fall, forever follow in the flame. I give all, forever follow in the flame. Winding round, over and over again, faded to wander. Strike me down, over and over again, to come back stronger. I find my hope among the embers. Rest long remembered where they glow. And I fall, forever follow in the flame. I give all, forever follow in the flame.
And we are back. Hello, everyone. Wait. There we go. Apparently when you stepped away, it like refocused the camera and then it wasn't actually showing you and I'm like, excuse me?
I mean, I'm here to be pretty and make comments. That's my job. And one of those things I'm much better at the other than.
What the? I am so confused. I've lost Cap. And I found Cap. Okay, now the draft can begin. So, it looks like we didn't miss a whole lot when it comes to the draft. So far, no picture bans.
So, Dragonshire, I'm expecting to see a Tychus ban. Or a Mephisto ban.
And
okay, so, that's the other one that I was, kind of thinking. Sparhawk is going to have to show up on a different tank, and I'm excited to see what that is. Sparhawk showing up on that show was a treat. I was pretty happy to see that. Doing a lot of cool plays.
Yes, claim
Okay,
that
so we
was.
got Garage.
I had taught stream up on a different monitor, and it just popped up for a second. And I was like, that's not my co-caster. For just a second, if you look at the VOD, your face got replaced by some random person, at least to you.
Well, you know, I did say I was good at one of those things, and it didn't say it was being pretty. Alright, so we see a Brightwing ban. Not gonna lie, I would agree with that. The Joe and the Brightwing will definitely change the game. And we're going to less of a macro map, which means whoever's in the top lane is really going to have to be on top of their game.
Yep.
I did not see a Rexar ban, and I'm a little worried.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, if this ban is not a Rexar ban, and it's Thursday delay, so they can't hear us say that, yep, that's because one of the members of Dragon Gall Z is a really good Rexar player. And yes, Mobby, the hat came out. Oh, actually, so Cap also has a hat now. That came out because Born said it's time to hang up your hat to Cap, and I was like, well, I need a hat in case it's time for me as well.
Well, she also said we need to gain Cap in a hat, so I've got Captain. Got my Captain's hat. Get it? Because it says Captain, and I'm the Captain.
It's also your hat. All the hats are the Captain's hats. Except this one, you can't have it.
I'm good. I'm good. Alright, so we got Flippy taking Vala. We got Rhaegar for Kawaii. I'm liking that. Taking away the Vala, which is nice. Moogle was the Vala player last game, so we don't have to necessarily worry about that, but there are swaps. The Kael'thas early as a first pick is interesting. I would love to be a fly on DGZ's wall right now, because I want to know how that led to Kael'thas' first pick.
Okay, there is that Rexar that we were worried about. Soul Nova once again on the Diablo train.
We're definitely seeing a Tychus ban. So the question is, what is Kracken gonna ban? And we're looking for a healer, most likely.
Most likely, they've already gotten rid of Stukov and Brightwing, so I would not be surprised to see Anduin. He is the last of the, like, Triforce of healers.
I would say Malfurion here, to be honest with you. So the Anduin was right, but I bet they're gonna take the Malfurion because of that choke. You know, if they ban the Stukov, Vasily does play really good Stukov. All respect there. I would have loved to see something else that kind of replicated a Stukov, because when you want to play Stukov, you really love Stukov. Circles on the floor make you happy. And Malfurion puts a circle on the floor.
As does Kael'thas.
Kael'thas as well. So there's a May. So maybe is the May against the Sparhawk?
I assume it must be.
Sparhawk, are you playing May?
Not this game?
Scout it. Yeah, not either game. So I'm going to go peek at Sparhawk's Heroes profile quick.
Okay, it's going for the Muradin, and it also goes against the Nazebro.
Interesting.
I assume that's a 4-mana Zebo and Keldorn's not going off lane, but you know what? I could be surprised.
I mean, we've run Nazebo before in the 4-man.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, as a Rexar player, I am not scared of Nazebo, ever.
I'm expecting we're going to see Bloody in the off lane. Okay, Alex Draza. So I think we're going to see from them here is they're just going to try and disengage consistently. And I just really love seeing Alex. She's like one of my favorite players, especially when I'm drunk and I'm in the off lane. Being off lane Alex and just bullying that other person with E-build is just so good.
Also, to help out, because you said that it'd be Malfurion, and it's obviously not Malfurion. However, Alex also put circles in the ground, so you know what? You were still right.
I am, yeah. Like I said, when you like playing Stukov as a Stukov player, you know, my win rate is pretty high in NGS with Stukov. Just saying. You like seeing a circle on the ground, and those are circles. The question is, do they go W build though?
So what do we think about this Samuro?
Whenever I see Samuro, I'm always sus. I'm curious to see what it's going to do into Rexar. I don't know that matchup basically at all. But Samuro's a very mechanically involved hero, and it takes a lot of skill to play them right. And you basically have to have Samuro skill, right? Like you pretty much just grind Samuro until you understand Samuro, and then you lose out on play. It's like KTZ. You kind of lose out on learning other heroes because they play so different from everything else.
Yeah, I personally hate going into this matchup, but at the same time, the thing is that Samuro can't effectively fight you at both locations. Like, the clones are just other bits of damage. It's not like the Samuro can really like split up and fight on multiple fronts like Rexar can. However, getting into the game, representing Dragon Gall Z, winners of game number 1, trying to make it a domination. We do have Porthos playing as Rexar. Porthos also playing as Misha. We do go and have Veseli on the Swamp Queen Alexstrasza. Nexomania Diablo being played by Sol Nova, Moogle on that white Kael'thas, and then Autumn coming in on Space Murica. This is where you introduce the other team.
Oh, yeah, I know. Just Space Murica. It's just too good. We have Kawaii Bunny on Rexar. We have Sparhawk on Muradin. Keladorn on the Zebo, Bloody Drapes on Samuro, and Flippy Eat on Vala.
You know, part of it, I mean, someone said it in chat, but at the same time, I was actually playing a StarCraft randomizer recently, and I got to thinking how much the Liberator from StarCraft is just Helldivers.
Yeah, basically, I mean, yeah.
Got freedom.
Alright, what do we got here? We've got, at 1, we've got Kael'thas taking Globes. We've got Ace in the Hole from Raynor. Sorry, Space Murica. W build Alex, so I was right. Circles on the ground. Devil's Due, that's an interesting one for... Oh, W build, got it. And then Birds of Prey from Rexar. Volo went Q build. Naz went Spiders. Dwarf Block from Muradin. And Totem build from Rexar. Samuro went Way of the Blade. I don't know what that means.
So, not to imply that I'm ever not perfect at anything, I'm gonna have to rewatch this top lane because for when I came up here, Bloody Drapes was just losing versus Rexar, and I'm like, I need to know your secrets.
It's a weird matchup. I personally, as a DPS player, cannot stand Samuro. I think any DPS player can probably understand why.
Because he takes all your buttons and he gives nothing back.
So bot lane we've got... Oh, Rexar gets stunned. And Flippy going down to the fire grenades
Got
that
Kael'thas?
Kael'thas puts out, and I wasn't gonna swear.
Poor
I'm at
Misha
work right now,
Bear.
and I have to hold my hold my shit. Damn it!
I kind of knew what I was getting
Wow,
into when I agreed to, like, cast with a...
I am a Marine, so, like, you're gonna have to take the sailor talk along with it, and it's hard for me even in a professional environment sometimes. It's too casual. Sparhawk taking a lot of damage, gets pulled out, has the dwarf toss. Dwarf, that's what it's called, right?
Yep, dwarf toss. Which always confuses me because no one tosses him.
Yeah, I know. He, like, tosses himself, which would be a very dwarf thing to do. Flippy 8 going down. Massive combo by Moogle. Holy crap. Respect that kill toss.
Yeah, I was unfortunately in the bottom lane. What happened? Was it just the gravity lapse into Aloe?
It missed the gravity lapse, but took a bomb plus a pain circle. Again, circle. Malby swears like a Marine. 100%. Not a sailor. I wear a cooler outfit. You can't go wrong with the dress blues from the Marine Corps. Just saying.
I've never actually evaluated the different uniforms.
So the thing is, the Marines have the dress blues, and every other branch doesn't. And that's all you need to know.
The Marines clearly win, because something always beats nothing. Alright, lots of damage going to Flippy. I gotta tell you, Moogle, I didn't really believe in the Kael'thas right off the bat, but you know, I'm getting my mind changed.
That first pick, Kael'thas, is really intense. Yeah, Sparhawk taking a lot of damage there. Sparhawk's trying to make something happen for the team, but they really don't have much until 10 when we can get Flippy with a stun, and I'm kind of curious to see what happens there. Semper Fi, yeah, Saddlebur. Hoorah.
It was actually funny. I took Latin in high school, and I used to get really annoyed at the Marines for not saying all of Semper Fidelis. I'm like, why do they keep shortening it? That's not the Latin.
No, that's just the military.
It's kind of like how when all the like demographic stuff back about 10 years ago it said Caucasian, but then so many dumb people were like, I don't know what that is, so they just changed it to white.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we've got Kracken is down bot, we've got Solnova. They don't really have a percent damage here, at least until Vala hits 16, I think is when the Giant Slayer comes on, or Giant Killer, or whatever it's called.
That's a 16.
So it's gonna be a minute. They don't have the pressure that they needed, and we don't see Atrinja either. As actually, now that I notice that, Sparhawk taking a lot of damage. Cowboy Bunny bringing him out. Oh, but he goes back in. Sparhawk. Okay, trust in the Muradin, I guess. Flippy taking some damage by bolting into the circle. We've got Celadorn also taking some damage. Diablo going to full health. What was that?
Was that Alex's ult? Her ult is down?
Yep, Lifeliner. Yep. I just didn't see her use it, basically. I don't know where she was at that point, but seeing the Diablo go from essentially nothing to full health while in Unstoppable, like, and Dragon's Breath, the Fire Breath, I was like, I don't know how that works.
There was only one way I knew of that could happen, and I was like, well, that's probably the Alex. Alex doing the opposite of the Morgana's ult.
Barak out here like 1v5ing. I feel like I'm gonna be a Sparhawk hype man after this. Give me a shirt. Call me the Birds of Prey gang, because I'm here for Sparhawk. That was for you, Born.
Thank you, because I didn't get it. Like, I'm...
Oh, so because Sparhawk is a hawk, you know, and he fights a lot, so Birds of Prey gang. You know, we fight a lot, and we're Birds of Prey, like a hawk.
And see, the thing is, Born can't even say anything because it is Thursday.
Mm-hmm. I mean, every day is Thursday, which is the day to make puns. So...
I should have
we got a little bit of a balance, or a little bit of a pause going on. Kracken's about a half level behind. Sparhawk's getting some vision in the death triangle.
We have
They
Drake's
are
being
looking
mean
for
to
bot
Misha.
camp on DGZ, so they are going to go up for Porthos kill, but that means they're giving up bot camp for it. And the question is that worth what we're going to see? So Rexar does go down, gets caught out. That happens. We're looking at 2 deaths to 1, so it's still a very low death game, all things considered.
Oh, absolutely. I actually didn't realize I was that low, so thank you.
And just going over some builds here, we've got Nazebo taking Blood Ritual at 4. Spiders at 7. We've got Ravenous Spirit. Rain of Vengeance from Vala, obviously. Repeating Arrow, she's at 20 stacks of Q.
I do have to say,
interesting ones.
I very much now, I wasn't sure Rexar for bottom camp was really worth, but I think Rexar and top fort for bottom camp is 1000% the right call.
Prepare yourselves, heroes. The shrines will soon be active.
If they clear bot camp in time, yeah. Flippy is clearing it pretty quickly though, so I think we're okay. I say we're like, oh no, DGZ is coming all in on this camp.
Semro is not here. They do have hot
Yep,
smash.
they just need to give it, and that's that. Right now they cannot afford to take an engage that they're not looking for, which is what they do.
Harness the power of
So thankfully they do, but both teams are at level 13 at this point. Semro is the top point, going in and taking that. The rest of the team is moving towards bottom point.
As a drafter, I'm just going to take some notes on this Alex Lifebinder Diablo combo. Barf, I don't know if you're watching, but there you go.
So Semro did skidoo. That's a technical term, by the way.
Kracken is rotating together. This is what I like to see. I want to see him take bot, get some advantage bot. They really need to push this in.
It looks like Diablo's going south, but the rest of the team is pushing.
And Flippy goes somewhere. They really need to push this as best they can. Sparhawk taking some damage, some soak. They're gonna get that bot tower. Good. Okay, so now they're gonna try to take the top tower. They need to just kind of let it happen. That's it. Do the struggle cuddle.
All right, it does look like the rest of the team is coming down, except for Autumn, who is taking this top
Whoa.
bit.
blue team has destroyed a fort.
Why was Boris just used?
The only thing I can figure is a scare tactic in order to try and make them back off.
Oh no! Oh no! Kracken just getting caught out. Oh, that was an unfortunate engage. We do see the Ancestral come out. Best self-ancestral, best ancestral. Horn, you have a huge healer's complex. You're gonna heal everyone that is like 1% low on health.
I've literally watched Born try and heal the enemy team.
I pulled a Murky earlier as Anduin for Born. I saw Murky low health, I pulled. That was for you.
They are moving up to the top lane. We do have Porthos up there. Porthos is... Now, they have evened it out where neither team has a top fort, so no one has the advantage. Oh, but big explosion. You have the regular lane down.
Oh, and Sparhawk getting out of the...
Beautiful job on Caledorn, but there is the stun.
But are they going to be able to get out? I think Caledorn might be tough lucked. Does he get out?
Yeah, it depends on where the... Nope, Misha charge was not ready.
And we see the ult used from Murica. That's totally fine. We're not too worried about that. It's not too long, short of a cooldown or two. Oh, it is actually. It's 100 seconds. But I mean, it's not like it brings a ton to a team fight.
No, it's definitely more of a sieging ult. Oh,
Yeah.
Flippy though.
I'm not a huge fan of the other Vala going down again. So we're at 167 stacks for Nazebo, who is also capped out on his spiders, and he did take. Superstition at 13.
Riding
Diablo
on the
going
wall.
full W build.
Okay, a bit of damage on Porthos here. Porthos gonna have a hard time getting out. Does go ahead and play dead, and they do get the Dragonite while this is going on, but I do not know that Porthos survives.
Nope, and Diablo might pay for that as well.
Yep, Slappy goes,
I
best
think
goes.
he gets out. He is fully stacked. Yeah, he gets out.
If they're trying to hunt that down, they'd lose so much to the Rainer Dragon. It's like Rainer Shrine, but it's a dragon.
So Nazebo health is about pert near 4k, and Diablo's health is about 7.5k. So that's my gauge on Nazebo. When does he become the tank?
That beast is not my leader.
All right, Kraken's holding on here. They really need to take one more fort. They need one more fort. They pushed out top quite a bit. They need to focus on their mid lane and bot lane push a little bit. They need one more advantage.
Yet the ideal situation to ever be in is the situation where your lanes are pushing, your opponents aren't, because then you can just kind of wait for them to show. Oh, and Sparhawk does get caught by the Diablo, trying to go in and get out of there. Lots of damage. Now, granted, this is Murden.
His Q, but he's probably done here. He tries to go for the ult. Yep, he missed his Q.
They are looking at this. It looks like Kawaii Bunny may be in a bit. Fricassee comes through, self-ancestral, best ancestral, but you can't walk through that past that whole team. The whole team is bad.
Nope. This is them getting caught out again. So it's pretty similar to the first game. They had a pretty good run through the most of the front, but they are now being deathballed, and they're not matching the deathball. And that's the problem. If you get deathballed and you don't have the ability to take advantage of your lanes being pushed out, then you're gonna get picked every time because you can't, 4v5, generally speaking. And what I'd like to see Kraken here is try to group up just a little bit to gain advantage when they get something. So we're at 10 kills from blue and 3 kills from red. 2 kills from red.
Dragon Knight's ancient strength.
2 kills and some Misha kills. But they're moving in right now. Definitely still have about 6 seconds before the rest of the team comes back. They're trying to hold this off, but they can't really engage. And I do think this is going to be the first keep of the game. Tree, my favorite voice line. Your keep has been taken. Of the irony. I can love that.
Because it's ironic because the thing is called a keep, and it just died, and you lost it, so you cannot keep it.
We do have another Dragon Knight coming out, but I think Soul Nova. Nope. Alex comes in with that Life Binder and just moves him back up to full health. Slappy Ghost is slapping away.
Oh no, we've got the boars coming out. This could be game if we're not careful. Celadorn is walking away, but we've got pings for the Ancestral, and for once it wasn't self-ancestral, best ancestral, and we've got a Dragon Knight on keep with their healer down.
Healer is down. Dragon Knight is on core looking through here. Diablo diving in there, trying to go ahead and make a bunch of friends. Big ol' snuzzle-nose Diablo.
They're not putting up a bad fight on the core.
No, Bloody unfortunately goes down.
It's certainly not going as quickly as I thought it would. Flippy throwing something down. We've got 58% left on their core. They need to clear this wave. Celadorn is doing a bunch of damage, but they are down 20s. Sparhawk is gonna go. There you go. Okay. And that looks like it's score for GG.
Oh, I forgot to update the score, but that is a 2-0 for Dragon Gall. Let me go ahead. I'm going to dive into Lobby 2 and see if I can get an interview going. You're welcome to come along.
Oh, I will. Claim. I don't know how to say that last name.
Technically, both are acceptable.
Every day is Thursday.
And jumping. I just misspelled interview. Because I'm a pro.
It says, no signal. Cables are properly... Check if cables are properly and securely connected.
Yep, it's coming back up now. That happens all the time because my gaming rig is being fed into my other computer, but I also only have one mouse and keyboard, so I have to be like, oh, I'm controlling this computer now, and that turns off the other one.
Hello!
Hello?
Oh, hi.
This is Autumn the Raven.
Yeah.
So
How's it going?
going pretty heckin' well. How you guys feeling right now?
Very good. We're excited to win our first game of the season.
First of many, hopefully. Very good couple of games. And I've got to say, not to put it down on it right away, but it kind of felt like you guys were on the back foot up until you weren't. Was it hard keeping like the team morale up while it kind of felt like your opponents were running away with the game? Especially in the first game, I kind of felt like they got curse after curse.
Oh yeah, the first game we were seeing how this new team played, and they were really good. I was like, oh gosh, this Mephisto is destroying me. Help! So they had a really good team comp. But we never really felt discouraged. That's one thing like I'm really excited about my team, like where we are now, is we just like refocus and we talk and we're like constantly adjusting as we play now, especially with a team we haven't played against before. It's like, okay, we don't know how they play together. So I'm really proud of my team. They did really good with their adjusting it in a split second to kind of spin things around.
Oh, fantastic. Cap, did you have any questions about Game 1 or the series?
Yeah, so I guess in Game 1, what were you thinking going into the draft? You've got, your comp, Ming, Vala, Diablo, Leo. What are you, and your Brightwing, obviously, which, by the way, was fantastic, or the Brightwing player on the other team, not your team, was fantastic. I can't remember the other person on your team. The Tychus? No?
No, Tychus was their team too.
ADHD brain?
No, it's all good. We definitely like playing Diablo on that map. It's a lot of fun hallways, and we had Ariel and Ming. And I can't speak for my teammates, but I know for me, I was way too close to everybody at first, and so it really works out nicely with those. That map has so many like little hallways, you know? So we really like the Diablo having all the walls to slam people against, and I was just chilling in the back, throwing stuff, like y'all are doing great from a distance.
That's my
on the sidelines, the little cheerleader, like, yeah, here's a water bottle.
Yeah, here you go.
That's how I feel is offering so much time. I just think death. You guys are doing great.
You're doing great over there. Yeah, that's how it feels. So, but that was kind of how we were thinking about drafting.
So for that first game, you guys were on the back foot. You're getting pretty much every lane pushed in on the macro map. I noticed that you were trying to rotate really heavily together. Now my question is, at the bottom lane, after they tried to come down for Leo, and you came in and were able to catch them and got that team wipe essentially. What were your thoughts in that moment? You see them, you push all your buttons, you get the team wipe. What's next? Because at that moment, you can pretty much trace it all the way back to there, right, as your momentum. So what happened?
I think it was just a group effort of refocusing and trying to predict where they are and what's happening. Our communication was getting better. But if we see an opportunity and the timing works out, we will go for a team wipe. We will just, if it works out, we'll try and, take some people down. But I think that's with any game. I mean, y'all know what that's like. When you get that momentum, you're like, okay, now we're ahead. Like, where are we going next? It doesn't feel like you're chasing at that point, So,
no, I just wanted to live through your excitement, because that's like adrenaline junkie. I want the Frisian, thing going on. So I'm just trying to live the moment through you.
Well, a lot of it in our chat is like, oh my god, that was amazing. You're the best. Brilliant, guys. Where are we going next? But picture like 5 people saying that. That's what it's like.
It sounds adorable. All right.
We had a lot of fun.
So game two, you guys, how are you adapting to the draft? Because I noticed you banned the Joe and the Brightwing, which are pretty standard bans.
Yeah, the Joe is an annoying tank to play against, and and Brightwing is really, really good, especially with having a map where the points are so separate. So that global heal just to pop top and help the other person out can be really good. So we just decided to, ban that out. And now I can't think of what our other ban was. Oh, May! We wanted to ban May. Because May is annoying as well.
So was that a target
She's a
ban,
lot
or
of-
do you just don't like May?
I can't remember. I'm not usually like the best ban person. But I think the Joe and Brightwing definitely were. But someone suggests May. We're like, yeah, get that out of there. Not today. Not this game.
I've played into Tacos May before. I totally get it. You wanna just say no, snowball, hell, demon thing, go away.
Exactly. Blizzards on the point and just freezing and yeah. Nothing to root us in a place where Vala can get her value,
No, actually, it's going to be August.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But that was our thing. I like the synergy between Diablo and Alex Straza and KT as well.
This might be revealing too much on my own hand, but whenever that Samuro showed up, what did you guys specifically Porthos think? Because I gotta tell you, my stomach dropped. I hate Samuro so much.
Yeah, there might have been a group sigh of being like, oh man, that's another one of those characters. It's like they're really good. It's a character that's like always there in the way, can space off, hard to catch. It's like the mosquito that keeps biting you and you can't find it. You're like, I keep getting bit by this mosquito.
I did mention in the cast, if you guys rewatch it, but I went into the cast thinking, as a DPS player, I hate the Samuro pick. You're playing Jaina, and then all of a sudden it's like, cool, Samuro. Guess I have Ice Block, right? Like, or if I go E-build, that might be cool, but if I don't, then I'm kind of screwed. The Samuro is just one of those picks where I see it and it's instantly almost demoralizing.
Yeah, sometimes it's. I think we just tried to kind of ignore what don't waste anything on Samuro, I guess, is probably your best bet. I mean, I guess there's value for KT, with firebomb things like the traveling of the damage is probably good for KT, but we were like, okay, we're just gonna try and get anybody else.
I love that basically your strategy with Samuro is treat him like Freddy Krueger. Just pretend he's not there hard enough and he'll go away.
That was exactly the words I said. Yeah, he's a good character because he's so annoying to play against. So hey, props to him for playing Samuro. We definitely were like, oh man, Samuro, dang it.
My last question is just, in the second game, around the middle of the game, Moogle got a kill on the Vala, missing the gravity lapse, I believe, but just got the combo and then killed her and then walked away. How much swagger did they have for the rest of the game after that? Because that was
all
just
the swagger.
perfect.
Yeah, Moogle is
Moogle,
a
if you're
sharp
listening,
shot.
I was real happy when I saw that.
We actually one of our teammates is out this season, Helix, the cat she played with us last season. But in games, she would when something happened really cool, she would go, "Who is she?" Just like, "You're amazing. Who is she?" And so literally that happened, and our whole team was like, "Moogle, who is she?" It was a really awesome kill. So it was.
So
it
your
was
power
a lot of
is
fun
just
games.
being wholesome in the game.
We had so much fun. Yeah, that's the secret.
Okay.
Is maximum friendship.
We're too much of a burlesque house at 30 Seconds to Mosh to do that, so I don't know if we can take on that power, but I'm happy that you have it.
I'm just mad that apparently anime has not been lying to me my whole life. I always thought the whole power of friendship thing was just for kids.
It's for children and for hots specifically. We had so much fun.
Do you believe
And,
in friendship?
This first game was really awesome. We're really looking forward to playing them again, and this going forward with the season. There's some new teams that we haven't played before, so we're so excited for that.
Cool.
Good. I want a rematch.
Yes.
But my last question.
Let's scrim.
Let's do it.
My last question, and I ask a variant of this all the time. Why is your team called Dragon Gall Z?
Because we're part of the Cho'Gall Empire, so all the teams in our Discord have Cho'Gall themed names. And so we were going through some really punny names, and Dragon Ball Z is a really awesome anime that we've watched. I'm watching Dragon Ball Z Kai right now too, so yeah,
You're
we
after
just
my
decided
heart.
we started to go Dragon Ball Z just because it sounded fun. And yeah, that's what we got going on. Cool. Dragons are cool too, so that's a plus. If you don't know what it is, dragons look cool, so.
They certainly are. I love dragons. But that is it. I will not hold you for the after party any longer. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
No problem. Gotcha. I'm listening.
And
Do
I'll catch
everything I
you.
would do.
I'll catch y'all, both of y'all, for another scrim one day, because we had so much fun.
Oh, I certainly hope so. I'll be there.
We're coming for you.
Yeah.
In
Challenge
another
accepted.
division.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
Talk to you then.
Right.
Bye.
Cap, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell people where they can find you, if that is anywhere.
I technically have a Twitch stream, which is like, hang on, the captain's stream. That's it. I don't have Twitch. I'm not giving y'all my Reddit. That's basically it. Yeah, you can find me in Discord. It's pretty easy. Just type in the captain. I'm in HOTS, the captain, #12345. So, and that's real. So, you can find me there.
I do have to say, if you ever watch any of our games, almost everything that is going well is at least partially due to Captain, because Cap scrims for us, or not scrims, scouts for us, and then kind of helps us get into the game in a good set. So, yay for Captain.
Mm-hmm. That's why I make a good co-caster, because I can call out all the things people are going to do. If you're in and or around my division. If I cast Heroic, I have no clue who any of you are. I'm sorry. But you're great. You're beautiful.
Love you all. But yep, we will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let me find out who we can raid. I'm sure it's someone. Oh, Geo is streaming. Let's go there.
Sounds good.
Cap, thank you very much for joining me.
Of course. Are we still on stream?
We are for a few seconds. As soon as it lets me click the raid button, and clicking raid now.
I don't know when these things end.